What's happening, everybody? It's Troy here. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to be doing my very first species spotlight video, and today we are going to be focusing on Angraecum didieri, and this is a requested video. One of my viewers requested this, so I figured we'd start this species spotlight on this requested orchid, and we're going to be looking at the care, how I'm taking care of this in my home conditions in Kentucky. So if this sounds like a video you guys are interested in, please stick around. Before we get into the video, if I could get you guys to like the video and maybe subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that way you guys can keep up to date with all of my upcoming content, that'd be greatly appreciated, guys. And without further ado, let's get into this video. I am here to talk to you guys today about Angraecum didieri. Let's start with its name. It was first discovered and named after Angraecum didieri. All right, and so that's why it's kind of hard for me to say didieri because I want to say didieri. But this orchid was found in the 1800s. This French botanist came from a wealthy family, and so he was able to explore quite extravagantly, and he spent a lot of time in Madagascar discovering new animal species and collecting plants. And so we know right there, I just told you that this is from Madagascar in Africa. So that is going to help us with the culture. If we look at Madagascar, where it is in the world and what temperatures they have there, they're typically throughout the year in the 60 degrees Fahrenheit to 80 degrees Fahrenheit range. And it's very humid, it's an island. Now there's going to be different variations within the country itself. So if you're on the coast, you're going to experience a little bit different temperatures than if you were up in the highlands of the island. So these guys, is my understanding, can go down to the mid 50s, and then mine personally is going all the way up into the low 90s with no problem at all. This is a very tough plant, guys. It's very easy to bloom this plant. It is free flowering throughout the year. So if you're taking care of your orchid right, you should get blooms anytime throughout the year. I have this one. If we also look here, I have the start of another one. So how do we keep our plant happy so that we can achieve this? Well, I have mine growing in a loose mix. I went with lava rock. There's also some pond stones in there as well, river rock, whichever you would like to call it. And I water this once a week. I always feed when I'm watering. So this plant is always getting some sort of nutrition. I mean, look at those roots, guys. I just repotted this less than a year ago. So my plant is getting the proper nutrition. It is in a media that is allowing it to have plenty of air to the roots, and we're drying out quickly. And I'm growing it in warm conditions in my home. So the lowest this temperature this orchid ever gets exposed to in my environment is 67 degrees Fahrenheit. In the summertime, I go all the way up to 94 degrees Fahrenheit. But in the winter time, my low for the orchid room is about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is growing very warm, and it seems to love it. It seems to be happy with once a week watering in this media, and as a result, I get blooms throughout the year. Now let's talk about the bloom for a second. Gorgeous bloom. And it'll have a long spur. But this is the point I want to talk to you guys about. You notice that it's stuck. It's gotten itself stuck, and I've tried to free these up before. The spurs are very delicate. You'll rip them right off like that. But this has happened before. The last bloom I missed out on, it got stuck down here in the leaf bract. So when it opened, it was stuck in the leaf bract. I never got to see the bloom fully open. And then the spur is stuck. So it doesn't have a real clean opening is what I'm getting at. It seems like it'll get stuck easily in the leaf bract. The spur will get stuck. Also, these plants can fan out the older that they get. And I have a friend, she has the same problem. Hers will open, but they'll kind of get stuck on the way out. And so you don't get to always experience the beautiful long spur or even a nice blooming. So while it does bloom all the time, that is a great opportunity to get an awesome bloom show. But if you're trying to grow this for an orchid show, you want to go get it awarded, you want pristine blooms, and you want them to open all of the way. So if that's going to bother you, it might not be the orchid for you. But if you're fine with it and you enjoy the nice little blooms whenever it happens throughout the year, then this is a great plant. It's very, very, very easy to take care of. It's very reliable on the blooming. And I would say if you're in your home conditions, just keep it in a very loose, airy mix. So if you're growing in bark, I would grow in a large grade bark. If you feel up to it, you could grow it in lava rock if you're comfortable with that. But keep your plant warm and watered once a week works well for me. In the winter time, I might go once every other week. So it doesn't really require much in order to get it to bloom. And most plants, as long as they're happy, they have good light, and you're able to get a good root system on them, they'll bloom well for you. So I thank you for requesting this video. I hope I answered any of your questions that you might have as far as the care goes with this Angraecum didieri. But if I did not answer all of your questions, please leave them in the comments down below. If anybody else has any comments or questions, you guys feel free to leave them down there as well. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more care videos, species spotlights, maybe I'll do some hybrids in there too. But let me know, guys. So if these are videos you guys enjoy, I have no problem making them, but first I have to know there's a demand for them. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope I didn't take up too much of your all's time, and I hope I answered everyone's question. Thank you guys for being here. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys can get notifications when I upload. And with that said, guys, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend.